Okay, we're live. Good morning, good morning. So, midweek, let's go and have a little look at major indices, currencies, commodities, and we'll even take a look at a couple of the crypto pairs. So, my guys in the trading room, we've been discussing this week. I'm actually going to drop a little video because we've got a new free service that we're going to be running soon in our private members forum. Now, this is for all of you guys who are on as free members, but we're going to be dropping some more regular videos. We are going to be doing Finance Fridays again, so they are going to be coming back, but we're going to be doing some trading room insights. So I'm going to be taking some of the sessions that I run with our guys in the trading room and taking little sound bites of those and posting them up. Now, they're not going to go on the main page. They're only going to go in the private members forum. So keep an eye out for that and keep an eye out for the emails. If you're listening to this and you are not a member of Traders Support Club, head to tradersupportclub.com. Sign up as a free member for all of the free material, access to our quarterly workshops that we do, but also all of the notifications that are going to tell you about all the other additional training material that we're going to provide via our private members Facebook group. And that's for our paid and free members. All right. So we'll be dropping some videos about the cryptocurrency. I'm going to touch on those. I'm going to start with those because there's a lot of hype around these. So that you know, I am invested and I am trading cryptocurrencies. I'm not trading them through my spread betting account. I'm not trading through a CFD account, but I just wanted to give you a little look because obviously we've had these big run ups. And you know, if you're in this space and you haven't heard about this, you've been living under a rock essentially, because we've seen huge gains since last year. So at the moment, what we've seen is we've seen Bitcoin get up to $64,000. There's been a little bit of a sell-off here, so that's 64,000 or almost $65,000 a coin. Bit of a sell-off here, you can see, and we're stabilizing at the moment around this level. Now, what you'll notice is we've got that higher high that took us into that level. So we got higher highs just there. Then we had a slight sell-off here. And for the first time, we got across here on the 20 and 50 moving average. We haven't actually seen that since way back here. And obviously, it's not really relevant when price was moving so sideways. But we've seen that cross there. We got a move that was slightly lower down. And at the moment, can't really make up its mind. Hasn't established a higher high, but again, hasn't as yet taken these lows out. So if we take these lows out around the $48,000 mark, I would be looking down towards this high and low, or possibly down into this moving average here, down at the 200. But the talk at the moment is Ethereum. Ethereum has had a big run up, especially in the last couple of weeks. You can see that there. If I just jump to the 5-year scenario, you can see that's had a big run up, and that got all the way up to what we're looking at here, yeah, about 3.5. Now, as I've said, I've traded this position and bought into Ethereum down here around September time when we broke out here first, and then I got in again around December time when we broke out again. So I did take profits at 2,000, and I was saying to the guys in the room, I took profits at 2,000 on my trade, not on my ownership of the coins, but my actual trade here at 2,000, and the same on Bitcoin. I took profits at 50,000. Now, in both of those scenarios, even for the trade that I was in, I was looking at potentially 2 or 3 years. So it was a long-term trade, and we did it in the best part of 4 months. So things here are pretty pretty volatile, prices moving very quickly. A lot of people are saying, what do you think about cryptocurrencies? Where does it go? Well, I'm not going to answer that in this market commentary, but I am going to drop a video soon, a recorded video of some of my thoughts, because it's a very different process what I'm doing here to what I do when I trade. Okay, so what I'm doing here is, yes, I'm trading these positions, but I'm trading them in a very different way. So I've got trades on cryptocurrencies, and I've also got ownership of cryptocurrencies. So the way I'm trading this is different to what I do when I'm trading currencies and commodities. So there is a plan to this, and my ownership is different to the trades I'm doing here, but both have a very specific plan. It doesn't matter whether it's a 5-minute trade on the DAX and what Kerry does, or whether it is a 3 or 4 day trade on Euro Aussie, the way I trade for my swing trading, or what I'm doing with my trades on crypto or my ownership of crypto, there still needs to be a specific plan. It isn't simply a case of buy these because I like the look of them or I think that price could go up, or jumping on the bandwagon because you feel like you're missing out. There is a very specific plan. Doesn't matter what type of trade it is. So I will drop a video on that and expand on that at the moment. So where will these cryptocurrencies go? Who knows? I have got some theories based on what I call three-wave theory, but that could be something that takes 5, 6, 8, 10, 20 years to play out. So again, nobody knows where they're going to go. Yes, you can have a view and you can understand why they're there. You can have a positive view. I have a very positive view about cryptocurrencies, especially in terms of where we are in this wave. But again, I don't know what price is going to do. So yeah, as I said, I'll drop a video on that at some point so you can see a little bit more on my thoughts, at least around the principle and what you need to do to make sure you're set up for that. Now, speaking of going up, you can see that the indices here, so we're going to look at the S&P just here, has made another new high, on Thursday, and some of our guys who trade our specific swing momentum pullback setup will or potentially will have a trade tonight on a long here. Now again, you saw the title of the video, can we go higher? Well, the answer is absolutely yes, we can go higher. Do we know how much higher we'll go? No. People are saying that the markets will go higher. We've had stimulus. There was some news yesterday about the fact that rates might have to go up. So there's all this different news going on, but ultimately from a momentum trading point of view, in a scenario like this, price fulfills your criteria, makes new highs, comes down to your entry point, and then fulfills your entry criteria. As I said to the guys in the room, if that happens, there's no reason to not take the trade. Because again, it might be that this is the last time we push up and we roll over. Well, so be it. You have your loser because you've had lots of opportunities to run the trend. At some point, the trend will end. But at the moment, there's nothing in the way. There's no previous resistance, so if the trade sets up, all good. So if we compare the S&P here to the Dow, just looking at the daily chart, the S&P has a slightly different scenario. The Dow has actually come up to the prior highs, so we could be looking at a breakout setup here on the Dow, whereas what we've got on the S&P is a bit more of a pullback setup. But again, both have got nothing in the way, clear highs. Whereas with the Dow, you see we've got potentially a breakout. Hasn't actually made a new high off that last little move where the S&P has. Nasdaq had a little bit of a sell-off yesterday. Nasdaq, as I've said on previous videos, is behind the S&P and the Dow, whereas normally the Nasdaq is leading the other two indices. But what you can see is we did just get slightly above the prior all-time highs here from February, come down, gone back up, and just hovered around those highs. But you can see we had a bit of a sell-off end of last week, and then yesterday downward candle, you can see here, closed down, didn't get below the daily 50 here on the futures. I would be looking at where we are right now, and if we were to get a close below that, that's no guarantee that price is going to roll over, but if we were to get a close below this level, I'd be looking back down towards this area here, possibly the daily 200, you can see there. So in and around this area here, if we were to get a close, not just take the 50 or break the 50, but actually get a close and then follow on from there. So I'd be looking around this area here if that was to happen. Now that may drag the other indices down. It depends on how much correlation is there, and only time will tell on that. So major indices there. DAX, just a quick look at the DAX here. Had a move down towards the 21 and then has rolled over here. So we'll see whether or not the 50 holds up. The trend line, you can adjust the trend line a little bit, but this area down here, we'll see if that holds up or not, or whether that wants to close again below the 50 and roll over from there. So again, keeping a close eye on the DAX on that one. Oil. So we had a winning second trade on our monthly oil position, and we've actually been triggered along at the moment. Now the challenge with this one for our monthly trade on oil is that you don't use any discretion on this strategy. It's specifically set up so you trade it in a way where you don't use discretion. So the challenge with this one, and we were talking about this in the webinar that we did, is we are approaching a resistance, and the temptation from a discretionary point of view would be to take profits at that resistance. But for this particular strategy, that's not what we do. So we are long at the moment, and we are coming up to the prior highs and previous levels from 2019. So for this particular strategy, there's no discretion on it, so you have to sit through this. But we do get to move our stop to break even very shortly, and actually before we get up to those prior highs. So at least the stop is at break even on that one. So looking at oil, what do I think? Well, if we get back up to these highs, there is a little bit of there's a little bit of divergence here on the daily. But it's not within the most recent highs. It's just in comparison to that prior high. Really simple. If we get up there, we could see a reversal opportunity there. And then there's a small window between that and the next area of resistance, which is the 218 highs just up at this level. So if we do come up and push on past that, there could be a small window of opportunity in there. You can see we can get rid of that trend line now. But if we don't, just get rid of that. If we don't and we come off this level, there could be some reversal opportunities. But we have been, again, a little bit sideways for a while here. Yes, it's been gently moving up, but not as strong as in previous scenarios. So yeah, getting close to the resistance there on oil. Go and have a quick look at euro. So euro in an interesting position here. So euro a little while ago had a lovely bounce off its weekly 50 here. You can see that there. So a lovely bounce, and then it's come up to its weekly 21, and at the moment it's sitting in between these moving averages. It did get a positive close above, but it's come back in. So at the moment it's sat in between these two levels. So again, some of our guys will have a possible reversal here if they get a positive candle close, so what we call a directional candle close in the way that we want to trade. So we've come into the 21, but as yet price hasn't given us that positive candle close. So looking at this at the moment, no long trade. But if that happens, then there could be a long trade with targets around this area here. You've got the previous high here and then these highs here. So euro could offer a long opportunity, but at the moment the price is actually broken yesterday's low and is heading down. But again, it's early part of the day, long way to go. We'll see where price is as of tonight. Let's go and have a little look at yen. So we're going to have a little look at yen. So again, had a short setup here on yen. At the moment, we're a little bit underwater on that one. Our stop's up at this level, so we may be taken out of that one. So the short trade on yen may or may not work out. We'll have to wait and see. We've been hovering in a losing position now for about 3 or 4 days, but we'll see what that does. I just wanted to have a little look at euro pound. So I'm just going to go and have a little look at euro pound because we had a winning pullback trade here, got up to our highs, and that is rolling over. So that hasn't gone any higher. So yeah, so we had the winning trade there, but no other trades on that. Copper is reaching our resistance zone. Our guys had a nice trade here where they sat, I think it was about 50 odd days, had to sit in that going nowhere, and then price broke out and reached their target. So with copper, we've got highs just here and then another set of highs. So we've got a resistance zone. So we could be looking at possible reversal trades if we get up to this level here. We had some reversal trades in here that haven't as yet rolled over, but that whole zone is giving us opportunities on copper. So a nice example of where you've had a with the trend trade later on in the trend that's come into your resistance zone. And if you trade against the trend, there could be opportunities for short trades here. If you don't, then you're out of your with the trend trade, and then you wait and see what price does. If price wants to go higher, you may have with the trend opportunities above that. If it doesn't, then you don't do anything here because you're not at or with the trend opportunity. So that's a case of understanding the market condition that you're in and then trading the appropriate strategy for it. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I'll be back again. I'm going to be doing a video on Friday. So as I've said, what we're going to be doing is chopping up some of the videos and the sessions. So we have 1 hour and 2 hour sessions in our trading room. I'm going to take some of the little sound bites from some of those sessions, and as I've said, I'm going to be posting those up. So little 15, 20-minute videos, and they're going to go in the private members forum on Facebook. So that's the only way you're going to get access to those. So you'll need to be a free member of TSC. So as I've said, go to Trader Support Club, sign up as a free member, and then you'll get notified of those. All right. So any of the room members listening to me, yes, we will have a session tonight, and we've got a session on Friday as well. A couple of sessions on Friday. So I look forward to seeing you there. Keep an eye on your emails as well. So as soon as we've got our next guest for Finance Friday, we'll let you know when that is happening. And tonight we've got the second. So we have 2 workshops a month. So the second workshop that I'm going to be running is tonight. We're going to be talking all about recency bias. What is it? How it affects your trading and how you can prepare to use it to your advantage. All right, guys, I'm going to head off. Hope that was useful. I'll catch up with you again soon.